One morning, Mrs. Ellen, 82 years old, sat on the edge of her bed, holding her left knee with both hands. Outside the window, the sky was clear, and the sun had already risen. But inside that small room, the silence was broken by a sigh, not out of sadness, but out of familiarity. Familiar with the way her knee ached every time she tried to stand up. Familiar with the cracking sound inside the joint. Familiar with the feeling of walking as if stones were tied around her ankles. Have you ever felt like that? On a regular morning, you open your eyes and try to stretch your legs, but your knee won't cooperate. It stiffens up as if someone tightened it while you slept. You try to step out of bed, but each movement becomes a negotiation between your body and your willpower. Just getting to the bathroom, you have to stop halfway to catch your breath. You are not alone. According to reports from the Arthritis Foundation in the United States, over 54 million people are living with chronic joint pain. The majority of them are over 60 years old. This is no longer just a personal burden, it has become a widespread, silent, and harsh reality. And joint pain isn't just pain. It takes away your evening walks. It takes away your peaceful mornings in the garden. It takes away your sleep because of the stabbing pain at night. It takes away the joy of holding your grandchild because you fear your knee won't hold the weight. It doesn't just hurt your body, it slowly strips away your sense of control and independence, something you've worked hard to protect all your life. But there's something not many people tell you. This condition is not entirely unchangeable. You don't have to accept it as an inevitable part of aging, because according to many recent studies, your eating habits can deeply affect your joint health. No need for expensive prescriptions, no need for invasive treatments. Sometimes the change comes from the smallest things: a spoonful of oil, a slice of fish, a handful of leafy greens repeated daily can help relieve pain, improve flexibility, and bring back your freedom to move. In this video, we'll tell you about 5 natural foods, easy to find, easy to use, but powerful in helping restore the knees, ankles, and hips, the joints most commonly affected in older adults. This is not a shallow or rushed list. We will walk you through each one, explaining why it helps your joints, supported by science, practical usage tips, and real-life examples from people who have overcome joint pain just by adjusting their daily meals. And at the end, we'll share a very special tip, a simple habit that has helped many American seniors reverse joint pain within just a few weeks. You're not watching this video by accident. Maybe it's because your body's already speaking to you. Maybe it's because you're hoping that one day soon you can walk around the park again, sit down and stand up without needing support. And if you truly want that change, stay with us until the very end. Before we continue, if you feel this topic is meaningful to you, please subscribe to the channel. It gives us the motivation to create more helpful content for you, and it also ensures you won't miss out on the best natural solutions for staying healthy after 60. 1. Salmon and omega-3. Healing begins from the sea. Mr. Walters, 78 years old, used to be an aircraft mechanic. Every day of his working life revolved around his agile legs and metal stairs. But after retiring, his knees started to resist. Every morning, stepping down the stairs became a challenge. He had to grip the handrail tightly. The dull ache, then the sharp, needle-like pain, made him gradually retreat into his home. Then one day during a community health workshop, he heard the term omega-3 in relation to salmon. That was when his journey began to change. You may have heard of omega-3 before, but did you know it's one of the most powerful natural anti-inflammatory substances your body can absorb through food? Inflammation is the root cause of most joint pain. Salmon, mackerel, and sardines. These fatty cold water fish are rich sources of omega-3. The 2 most important forms are EPA and DHA. They not only help reduce joint inflammation, but also protect cell membranes, keep joint fluid smooth, and reduce friction between bones when you move. According to a study published in a reputable British nutrition journal, older adults who ate fatty fish at least twice a week showed significant improvements in joint flexibility. Notably, they reported less morning stiffness, a common symptom in people with rheumatoid arthritis. Many participants also reduced their need for pain medications after maintaining this diet for 3 months. Omega-3 works by inhibiting cytokines and enzymes that trigger inflammation. In other words, it acts like a gentle but firm gatekeeper, preventing inflammatory reactions from spreading throughout your body. It doesn't work like medicine, it's not fast or aggressive, but it is steady and long-lasting. And for older adults, that kind of sustainability is truly valuable. Mr. Walters' doctor recommended starting with simple meals. Steamed salmon with lemon slices, pan-seared, salmon with spinach, or soft salmon porridge for breakfast, easy to chew, easy to digest. He chose to eat salmon twice a week on Tuesdays and Fridays, and just over a month later he could go down the stairs without gripping the rail like before. For you, if you're not used to eating salmon, start with small portions. Grilling, steaming, or lightly pan-searing are the best ways to preserve omega-3. Avoid deep frying or cooking at very high heat, as this can destroy the beneficial fats. If you're taking blood thinners, talk to your doctor before adding large amounts of omega-3, as it has a mild blood thinning effect. But in most cases, eating fish twice a week is a safe and healthy choice. Imagine your joints as an old door hinge that's run dry. Every time it opens, it squeaks and burns. A drop of omega-3 from that piece of salmon is not just nutrition, it's a gentle lubricant that eases the creaks of aging. And with time, that door can open more smoothly day by day. 2. Extra virgin olive oil, a spoonful that soothes your joints. Mrs. Margaret's story began on a spring morning. She was 76 years old at the time, living alone in a small house by the hillside. She didn't have any major illness, but her left knee often hurt whenever she squatted down or stood up from the old armchair by the window. The sharp pain shooting from her knee made her hold her breath every time she bent down to put on her shoes. One day, while reading a senior health magazine, she came across an article about the benefits of extra virgin olive oil. The article said that this oil wasn't just good for the heart, it also contained a compound called oleocanthal, a natural anti-inflammatory agent that works similarly to certain painkillers but without harming the stomach. From that day on, she switched from her regular cooking oil to extra virgin olive oil. Every morning she used a small spoonful of steamed vegetables or salads, sometimes stirred into her soup or added to her oatmeal. She didn't expect a miracle, but after just 3 weeks she noticed something had changed. Standing up from her chair no longer brought the same pain. She could bend down to arrange flowers without bracing for a joint flare-up. Simple movements became easier, gentler. Scientists have studied the effects of olive oil in reducing inflammation and supporting joint cartilage. They found that oleocanthal can block the production of molecules that trigger inflammation in the body. When used consistently each day, it can reduce the dull ache in the knees and help seniors maintain mobility. Beyond its anti-inflammatory properties, extra virgin olive oil also supports heart health, lowers bad cholesterol, and aids digestion. For older adults, it's one of the safest, gentlest sources of healthy fat. You don't need to change your whole diet to notice a difference. Just begin with one small spoonful a day. Drizzle it over vegetable soups or oatmeal, whatever suits your taste. Be sure to choose cold-pressed extra virgin olive oil to preserve its full nutritional value. If you're taking blood thinners or have gallbladder issues, consult your doctor before using olive oil regularly. But for most older adults, it's a safe and effective substitute for less healthy fats. Think of the cartilage in your joints like a thin glass layer between two bones. When that glass dries out, every movement risks a crack. But when nourished daily with gentle nutrients like olive oil, your joints become softer, stronger, and less painful as you move. If Mrs. Margaret's story sounds familiar, maybe today is the day you begin a simple new habit for your own health. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel so we can continue sharing stories like this, honest, practical, and truly inspiring, made just for you. 3 dark green, leafy vegetables, a quiet gift that nourishes your joints. Mr. Henry lives in the countryside in northern Oregon, where the morning hills are covered in mist, and the garden beds stay green year-round. After retiring, he spent most of his time gardening, growing kale, spinach, and broccoli. At first it was just for fun. But in recent years, when his knees began making grinding sounds every time he sat down or stood up, he started taking his daily greens more seriously. One morning while watering his kale, he bent down and didn't feel the usual pain. He paused, stood up straight, and tried the motion again. Still no pain. From that day on, he began keeping a journal of what he ate each day. And he realized that since the start of the vegetable season, he had been eating at least 2 meals a day with dark green vegetables. Vegetables like kale, spinach, and broccoli are rich in vitamin K, vitamin C, and plant-based calcium. Vitamin K helps regulate how calcium is absorbed and transported in the body, preventing it from building up in the wrong places and causing joint pain. Vitamin C helps the body produce collagen, a key component of healthy cartilage. And plant-based calcium is gentler, more easily absorbed, and puts less strain on the kidneys than calcium from dairy. Green vegetables are also full of antioxidants, compounds that act like guards protecting your cells from damage caused by free radicals, which contribute to inflammation and cartilage aging. When your body receives enough of these nutrients, your joints become more flexible, your movements smoother, and your bones more resilient over time. A study from the University of East Anglia in the UK showed that people who ate dark green leafy vegetables at least 5 times a week had a significantly lower risk of hip joint degeneration compared to those who rarely ate them. It's clear what you eat really affects how your body works even at 70 or 80 years old. If you're not used to eating raw vegetables, you can lightly stir-fry, steam, make soups, or cook them into porridge. For those who have trouble chewing, try blending into smoothies or mashing into soft foods. Pairing vegetables with a bit of extra virgin olive oil helps your body absorb the fat-soluble vitamins more effectively. The ideal serving for seniors is 1 to 2 bowls of leafy greens per day. Simple options include steamed greens, spinach salad, or adding broccoli to your evening soup. What matters most is building the habit and making it a regular part of your daily meals. If you're taking blood thinners, remember to talk to your doctor before increasing your intake of vitamin K-rich vegetables. But aside from that, leafy greens are nearly risk-free, gentle, nutritious, and full of value. Think of the cartilage in your joints as a soft cushion between two bones. When that cushion is well nourished, it stays elastic and absorbs impact. When it's lacking nutrients, it becomes thin, dry, and prone to tears. Every vegetable you eat is like stitching that cushion back together, slowly but surely. Berries, natural, colorful relief for your joints. Mr. Louis used to have a strong, sweet tooth. Any day of the week, there was always at least one cookie or fruit tart sitting in his small kitchen. But when he turned 73, he began to feel numbness and stiffness in his wrists and knees, especially in the morning. During his neighborhood walks, he often had to stop midway because of tightness and pain in his legs. One day after a routine checkup, his doctor advised him to cut back on sweets and start eating more fresh fruits, especially berries like blueberries, strawberries, and raspberries. At first he wasn't fully convinced, but he gave it a try. He swapped his afternoon pastry for a small bowl of fresh strawberries and added a handful of blueberries to unsweetened yogurt. After a month, he noticed his hands no longer hurt when opening jar lids, and his steps felt lighter walking up the small slope in front of his house. It's no coincidence that berries bring such benefits. They are rich in anthocyanins, a group of powerful antioxidants that help reduce inflammation in the body. Chronic low-grade inflammation in the joints is a key reason behind the dull aches, swelling, and stiffness many seniors experience. When you regularly supply your body with anthocyanins through food, it naturally helps regulate these inflammatory responses. Berries are also high in vitamin C, which is essential for your body to produce collagen. Collagen acts like glue holding cartilage together and protecting it. When your body lacks vitamin C, its ability to rebuild connective tissue weakens, making joints more fragile and prone to damage during movement. A study from Harvard University found that seniors who ate berries at least 3 times per week had better blood circulation in peripheral areas, including the knees, ankles, and finger joints. Good circulation means better nutrient delivery to joints, which helps them heal faster and function better under strain. You don't need a fancy diet to include berries. Just a small handful a day, about 10 to 15 blueberries or a few slices of strawberry is enough. You can eat them fresh, mix them with oats, blend them into smoothies, or turn them into refreshing juice. If fresh fruit isn't available, unsweetened frozen berries are a great alternative. They maintain their nutritional value. If you have diabetes or need to manage your blood sugar, choose low glycemic berries like blueberries and raspberries, and always pair them with fiber or protein to slow sugar absorption. Think of your blood vessels as tiny streams running through a forest of joints. When those streams flow smoothly, your joints are bathed in nutrients and stay flexible. Berries are like gentle, colorful rain showers, bringing moisture and nourishment to dry, aching areas. And if today you're holding your phone or sitting at your computer, reading these words with hands that have once ached, remember, just one small change in your daily meals can make a big difference. Like Mr. Lewis, who simply changed his dessert and found ease in every step again. If you haven't already, subscribed to the channel so we can continue sharing these gentle, natural, and effective solutions, crafted especially for seniors like you. Number 5. Turmeric and curcumin, a golden remedy for aging knees. Mrs. Clara, a woman of Indian heritage, lives in Texas with her son and grandson. Every morning she has a quiet ritual. She boils a cup of warm water, stirs in turmeric powder, adds a few slices of ginger, and a pinch of black pepper. No one reminds her to do this. It's a habit she learned from her mother back when she was just a young girl in the countryside. But what surprises her family most is that even at nearly 80, she still moves swiftly, cooks, tends to her plants, and keeps her home tidy without a single complaint about knee pain. Her son, a mechanical engineer, began looking into why. He discovered that turmeric, the golden spice she uses daily, contains a compound called curcumin. Scientists across the world have studied curcumin and found it has strong anti-inflammatory effects. In fact, some studies have compared its effectiveness to non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, NSAIDs, but without harming the stomach or liver the way medications sometimes can. As we age, the tissue in our joints thins, the lubricating fluid decreases, and cartilage cells become more prone to inflammation. Curcumin helps intervene in this process. It slows down the breakdown of connective tissue, supports new cell growth, and soothes inflamed areas inside the joints. A study published by the National Institutes of Health and NIH showed that seniors who use curcumin regularly for 4 to 6 weeks experience significantly reduced joint pain, along with improved mobility in daily activities. The beauty of turmeric is that it can be used in many ways. The simplest: mix turmeric powder with warm water, add a pinch of black pepper to boost absorption, and drink it in the morning, either on an empty stomach or after a light meal. If you're not used to the taste, you can add it to stew, soups, or scrambled eggs. There are also curcumin supplements available in capsule form, pre-measured, and easy to take, especially for older adults. The recommended dosage for seniors is typically 500 to 1,000 milligrams of curcumin per day. However, if you are taking blood thinners or have a history of gallstones, consult your doctor before using turmeric regularly. Imagine the cartilage in your knees like an old cushion. When the cushion is worn down, every step feels like walking on concrete. Curcumin acts like a soft new layer, absorbing impact and making each step gentler and easier. Mrs. Clara still drinks her turmeric water every morning. She doesn't call it a remedy. She says it's her way of showing gratitude to her body, caring for it a little every day, so it can carry her through every sunny day, every rainy season, every walk around her small garden. If you're searching for a simple way to ease your knee pain, try adding a little turmeric to your routine. Sometimes it doesn't take a prescription or a clinic visit. Just a spoonful of golden powder can open the door to a less painful day. When you've lived most of a lifetime, you begin to realize that big changes often begin with small acts. A spoonful of olive oil, a slice of pan-seared salmon, a bowl of steamed greens, a handful of fresh berries, or simply a cup of warm turmeric water in the morning. These things may seem simple, but they quietly strengthen the legs that have carried you through a lifetime. Together, we've explored 5 foods, 5 quiet allies in your journey to healthier joints as you age. Salmon to soothe inflammation, olive oil to protect cartilage, leafy greens to provide calcium and vitamins, berries to support circulation and fight oxidation, turmeric and curcumin to fight deep inflammation and support tissue repair. There's no magic food, but when you choose wisely, daily, gently, you're telling your body you still matter. You still want to live strong, independent, and free. And remember, you don't need to change everything at once. This journey isn't about rushing. Every step, every bite, every small act of care is part of the healing process, and that process begins right in your own kitchen. Maybe tomorrow morning your knees will still feel a little stiff, but if today you added more vegetables to your plate, used a little olive oil in your stir fry, or drank a cup of warm turmeric water, you've already taken one step closer to relief. And as promised at the beginning, here's the special tip that many seniors in America are using with surprisingly positive results. Every morning, about 30 minutes before breakfast, they drink a cup of warm water mixed with 1 teaspoon of turmeric powder, a pinch of black pepper, and a few drops of extra virgin olive oil. After just 3 weeks, many of them report better knee flexibility, fewer aches, and more energy throughout the day. Of course, no one solution fits all, but if you've never tried it, this might be a safe and gentle beginning to your journey of joint care. We hope what you've just read isn't just information, but a gentle reminder that at any age you can take charge of your health. You deserve to walk freely, to stand without pain, and to live without fear of creaking knees. If you found this helpful, please leave a comment to let us know you're walking this path with us. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you'll always be the first to receive simple yet powerful solutions for healthy living after 60. Share this message with someone you love, because that bowl of greens you recommend today might become the greatest gift for someone's tired legs tomorrow.